Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden from Cartoon Apocalypse, and before I get into this video real quick, this is just like some before I finish editing clips, because I realized that we didn't really do a proper intro when we were doing this video, but pretty much a little bit of background on this video. This is a collab with me and the virtual celebrity. Her link will be down in the description. This is going to be like a two-part discussion. There's going to be this part, which is the one I'm uploading, which we're talking about Sandboy, and then the part that she will be uploading, which will be a discussion on Melodicator. But we easily get sidetracked and end up talking about other things, but I don't know. She could do what she wants with that, but I will leave the link when she uploads it down in the description below. I don't know when she'll be uploading her video. I think my video will be out before hers, but go check out her channel. She makes amazing videos. But yeah, just go watch her video once you finish mine, because mine's the first in this series, or I mean just like this video. We just cut it in two so that each person could have their own like video for their channel. So go check her out. She's amazing. She was very nice. And yeah, let's get on with this video. Okay, Sandboy.
Oh my god, why?
I'm really excited for this episode. It comes out in like less than a week.
Yeah, and I still haven't reviewed Announce the...
Yeah, that
Have
episode was pretty interesting. I like that episode.
It was, but it just came too soon. I hate things that are out of order.
Yeah, I agree. And plus the episode, to me, it felt a little bit rushed. It felt like they spent too much time in the beginning and not enough time into the plot part of it, which is Nino with Carapace, being Carapace. I feel like they spent too much time on the beginning part. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I would have liked to see more plot.
My own biggest qualm was we didn't get enough Adrian.
Yeah. I love the episodes that do the Adrian. The Reverser episode, that really annoyed me because there was no hint of like really Adrianette anywhere. It was like, sure, there may have been like some like Lady Noir, but I'm more of the Adrianette. I like their personalities as themselves better than their superhero personalities, in my opinion. I don't know why, but I don't know. That episode kind of...
Well, I'm of the poor minority. I like Mary Cat, and we've only seen that once in this entire show. That's like my favorite ship. But yeah, during Reversa, we only saw Adrian for like 5 seconds in the limo, and I'm like, this is just so random. And then next thing he's gone. And now in Anansi, towards the end, they didn't even show him. We see the gang all at the ice rink, but he's not even there.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess
I'm like, where is he on the phone?
Yeah. I mean, there's a good explanation for it, because Adrian's father is very strict in things. But, I mean, like, still, come on. Give us some exceptions, you know, for the fans. But
I think how people would try and explain that is maybe due to the fact that, okay, it's an episode that's centered around Nino and Alia, so putting Adrian in will distract from that. But I humbly disagree.
yeah, in an episode that's focused around two non-main characters, I feel like the main character counterparts should be there, like Adrian for Nino and then Marinette for Ollie. I feel like Adrian should have been there physically for Nino, but I don't know.
Exactly. It's so annoying. I've said this so much. It's basically become a little meme on my channel. Just hashtag justice for Adrian, because he's pushed to the back so often. I'm like, why can't we follow Adrian for a change? We're always following Marinette.
Yeah, actually, I would love to see. I've never really thought about it, but I would love to see an episode where we solely follow Adrian. That would be awesome.
I know there was one episode where it didn't focus that much on Marinette, but I can't even remember it off the top of my head. That's how rare it was. But I can tell you tons of episodes that don't feature Adrian as much. But I think the most prominent one is Godzilla, because that one had a lot of Adrian in it.
Yes. That was the first one that came to my mind when you said that.
Well, we're even talking of the past. We're supposed to talk about Sandboy, but I don't know. There are some ugly Kwamis. Am I the only one that's seeing that?
I got a lot of comments saying like, "Oh my gosh, they're so cute." I don't know. Here, let me pull up a picture. Wow.
The dragon one is. I thought it was like a universal rule that they're all supposed to be cute, but I'm like,
Okay.
well, they can't all be winners.
Yeah. I'm having trouble
But
finding
there's
the image.
also for the Kwamis.
Yeah. Like I tried looking up on the internet, but all it was fan art. There's so much fan art. But then when you think that there's a lot of fan art for this one thing, there's never fan art for it, and there's always fan art for something else.
But for a fandom that hasn't been around for that long, it had just a surge of following, and I don't know from where.
Yeah. Miraculous is
There's a lot of
huge
people
now.
love this show. Yep. It got me like what 12,000 subs during this summer. I am forever grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's amazing when a show's in high peak, you can just like explode.
Ride the coattails. When I even think about it, somebody's mentioned somewhere that Sandboy is probably Marinette's mom, and I'm like, I see it.
I see the looks. My only concern is that there was a thought of someone. It was, what was his name? I can't remember his name, but he was close to Nino, and he was like Nino's cousin or something. I can't remember. Let me try to pull it up. But
Oh yeah, there was a reveal that a character that is related to Nino will show up, like his older or younger brother, Chris or something.
Yeah, I think it was. Let me find where I talked about it. Did I even talk
Yeah.
about it?
When it comes to cartoon, I have like a photogenic memory, but when it comes to everything else, I have the memory of a guppy.
Okay. Where? He's just mad about it. He's like, oh man. Oh,
If you're checking Google, just check like Nino and scroll down.
Ah, I think I found it. Yeah, it's Chris, and then however you pronounce like
Lahife.
yeah,
Lafayette.
that. So Chris is Nino's little relative with whom Nino has a close bond. And so, I mean, there was just like hints to people saying like, oh, we think that he's gonna be it. And I remember hearing something else. So I don't know exactly who it was or who it will be, but I'm leaning towards Chris. Also, it's Sandboy instead of like Sandwoman. So more.
I still stand by the fact that Sandboy is a girl. What? You're assigning gender pronouns now to supervillains? It's 2018.
Sorry, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We can like make a Twitter poll or something, like put what you guys think down in the comment section down below.
Is Sandboy a girl or not?
Yeah. Let's see.
But yeah, Sandboy could be Nino's younger brother, and he could be having nightmares because a lot of people predicted that, okay, those bars that came down in the beginning was Adrian's worst nightmare. But then immediately we see Plague is missing, so people are not sure, okay, where the nightmare begins and where Plague disappearing ends.
Actually, that's a really good point. I never thought about that. That's very. That makes me think of whenever somebody points something out to me that I didn't think of. It gets me thinking in this other way that I just I don't know. I never thought of it, but then when they mention it, it's like well, that's a good idea.
It just changes your point of view. I see a lot of them, and I don't want to talk about them because it's like, okay, it wasn't my idea, so I don't want to get credit for it. Like right now, off the top of my head, I can't remember who it was, but there was a bunch of people who theorized that.
Yeah. Well,
and also the part where Ladybug was falling down from that roof. they said that could also be a nightmare of her failing. Because if you look, her yo-yo is on her hip.
Yeah.
Why didn't she use it?
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing just felt really weird.
Unforced.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Ladybug could have done better in that situation. So it definitely makes sense that it was a worst nightmare. I'm just like scrubbing through the promo. I'm thinking about that Adrian thing, which really it could be a worst nightmare, but we've seen something similar to that before. We've seen Mr. Grass lock everything down, and in my video I talked about how I thought that was him realizing that the Kwamis were trying to do something, or he had found out that there was a Kwami house or something. So I was just thinking that, like, oh, Hawkmoth is sensing this, or Nuru tried to escape, so he locked down the house. So that's why
I also thought the same thing. But then I thought again, I was like, Kwamis can, apparate through solid objects. So Gabriel doing that will be sort of dumb, but he doesn't really know much about Kwamis, so it makes sense. There's a lot to break down. I'm actually looking forward to Sandboy more than Maledictator. Seeing as I won't even be watching it after all.
Yeah. I was super excited for Sandboy back when they first announced it or whatever. And I remember Annecy, I just wasn't excited for it because I thought it was just going to be like another filler or whatever. But then when we watched the promo and then we saw like Carapace, I was like, oh my gosh, I did not expect that at all. So I got a lot of like Twitter notifications and things being like, not a filler after all, is it? And I was like, nope, I'm super excited. But yeah, Sandboy I'm really excited for. All the Kwamis and things, this is just going to be such a huge plot episode. I love the plot episodes and I love the shipping episodes. I think I like the plot episodes more just because they're rarer and we barely get to see any. But
yeah, because there is so much lore in the Miraculous world, but they blind us with this shipping that we forget, like, okay, wait, where do the Kwamis come from? Can we get information about the world? But then they just throw Marinette and Adrian in our face and we're like, ooh, kiss! And we just forget everything else.
Yeah, and hopefully since the show's supposed to run for a really long time, like, I think that they confirmed that there was going to be at least 5 seasons, but then they were going to
I
see
heard
about
that.
6.
Some people say 8, some people say 10.
8? And
I just start getting a heart attack. Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be 8. I mean, I've heard of like 6, maybe 7. I didn't hear about 8 or 9 or 10.
I'm just flashing back to a Troublemaker. I literally almost popped a blood vessel towards that last scene.
Which scene are you talking about in particular?
When Adrian just pops out behind the locker out of nowhere.
Oh, right. That episode, that very last section got me really irritated because it gave off the impression that Marinette was just a friend, and that annoyed me a little bit. Or no, not a friend, a fan, sorry.
Yeah, but apparently people said in the French version, he actually did say friend. So they just changed it in translation. What I like about Adrian is how he just appears out of nowhere. And people just say, oh, how does he do that? And then I realized he's a representation of a cat. And as a cat lady myself, one of my cats just gave birth again. So I have like 10 cats now. Cats can just apparate out of thin air. So I just like that about Adrian and how he always leaves his room through his window. I just like that they kept up his, connection to a cat, and how he doesn't like secrets, and how he hates being locked up.
Yeah, I never thought about that again. And like seeing all these connections and like it all makes sense. Yeah.
Welcome to the Matrix. Funny enough, I've never watched that.
The Matrix?
Yeah.
I think I've seen the first one, but it was like a long time ago.
I don't watch anything. I have a strict rule. Any movie older than 2005 is like a nope. So Titanic and all that stuff.
I haven't seen Titanic.
I'm not alone.
Alright, let's move on to Maledictator. Now, did you want to... Well, I mean, I guess we haven't really been taking sides on this, but... This episode, we just need to have like a discussion rant on how everything's been out of order and the dates have been pushed back and things. It's just been so much.
Be an hour. That would be an hour.
Alright, so that's going to conclude the time for my part of this video. Like I said earlier, just go ahead and go to her channel and check it out. Odds are, if you're watching this like right after I upload it, her video's not out yet. So I will just leave the link down in the description to her second part once it's out. But for now, just go subscribe and then you'll get notified when her video comes out. So I am featured in that video and things, so I don't know. It was a pretty long discussion, so if you enjoyed this type of video, there will be another long segment because she got the longer end of the video. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, then you can leave a like and subscribe. Go check out TVC. Thanks to her for collabing. Some of you guys wanted it, so we decided to put it together. Tell us if you want more down in the comment section down below. But without any further ado, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
We better get going.